Hi friends, welcome to EduTap. So we are back again with the day 19 5 MCQs a day. So we are going to be discussing MCQs which are relevant for NABARD Grade A and B 2018 examination. This is a regular series which is brought to you by EduTap, where each day we discuss 5 different MCQs so that you can revise a couple of topics through these MCQs. Now these MCQs are also relevant for those examinations that have agriculture as its core component, like IBPS AFO, FCI, IBPS AFO Scale 2 in RRB 2018 examinations. So the NABARD Grade A notification is out, and NABARD has also announced the new dates for prelims, that is on 19th May 2018, and the mains is going to be held on 6th June 2018. Now we still have a lot of time available with us, provided we strategize our preparation, and EduTap is helping you out with this particular series where we can discuss a lot of concepts through these MCQs. To know more about our courses, kindly visit our website www.edutap.co.in. Currently we are running a flat 30% discount on our NABARD courses. To avail it, kindly use the coupon code NABARD30. And for those who have already subscribed to our RBI Grade B 2018 course, kindly drop us a mail to avail a 50% discount on our NABARD courses. So friends, what we have done today is we have taken a particular topic, that is human development. This is a very important chapter under the ESI topic of NABARD Grade A examination. So let us have a discussion regarding this topic through 5 MCQs. Now friends, what usually happens is in this particular topic, there are certain important indices which are to be remembered for our examination. Now, what all need to be remembered? The first thing is you should know the latest ranking India has scored in each of these indices, right? Apart from that, it is very important for us to remember the various indices in terms of the parameters that are used. We are talking here about the dimensions and the indicators that are used in each of these indices. So what we are going to do today is we are just going to concentrate on the background information about the various indices under this particular chapter. Later on, we shall see the India's ranking, but not in this particular video. So let us start the discussion with question number 1. The question says the Human Development Index is constituted by taking into account 3 dimensions involving 4 indicators. Okay, so which of the following is not one of the indicators? So basically we need to choose the option which is not an indicator that is taken into account to compute the Human Development Index, right? So the answer to this question is adult literacy rates. So friends, let us discuss some of the important points. So this Human Development Index is published as part of Human Development Report. Now this particular report is released by United Nations Development Program UNDP, which is headquartered in New York City, which is in USA. Now this HDI, the indicators which are used, we shall see it in the later section. So the countries are ranked based on a scale which ranges from 0 to 1. Okay, so if there's a score of 0, it means low, and if there is a score of 1, the country is ranked high in terms of human development. So based on the scores, the countries fall into 4 broad human development categories. Now what are those categories? Very high human development, high human development, medium human development, and low human development. Now friends, this is a very important tabular column or a picture. You can see here the various components of the Human Development Index. Now this part shows the dimensions. You can see that there are 3 dimensions. Now friends, what do you mean by dimensions? These are basically the broader areas. So there are 3 dimensions that are covered: health, education, and living standards. Under each of these broader areas or dimensions, how do we measure them? We use indicators. That is, we need to use certain things which can help us to arrive at a quantitative number. Okay, so for example, in the case of health, we use the indicator life expectancy at birth to gauge the progress in the health area. Okay, when we talk about education as a dimension, we use 2 indicators: mean years of schooling and expected years of schooling. Okay, then when we go to living standard as a dimension, we use gross national income per capita. So these are the 4 indicators. Kindly memorize these indicators. There's one small thing which you need to understand, that before the year 2011, the Human Development Index used adult literacy rates rather than mean years of schooling. Okay, so basically this particular index, mean years of schooling, is a new one, and it has replaced adult literacy rates after 2011. Now we have come to question number 2. So this particular question says, which of the following is the ratio of the HDIs calculated separately for females and males using the same methodology as in the HDI? Okay, the answer to this question is Gender Development Index, GDI. Kindly note this. So friends, this GDI is basically the ratio of HDIs calculated separately for females and males. So automatically it is implicit that if the ratio is closer to 1, that is if the ratio of HDI of female divided by HDI of male is equal to 1, that means the disparity or the gap is less. Okay, there is equal development that is taking place in each of the dimensions that we have selected. But if the ratio is closer to 0, that means there is wider disparity between females and males. Now this is a very important picture you can see here. So the dimensions are mentioned and the indicators are mentioned. So you need to understand that female and male, the HDI values are calculated separately, and the same dimensions and the same indicators are used that are used for calculating the Human Development Index. So here we have come to the question number 3. So this particular question says, which of the following is not a dimension taken into account while calculating the Gender Inequality Index? We are talking about GII. Now kindly don't get confused with the previous question, that was Gender Development Index. Now the answer to this question is higher education. So this is not a dimension that is taken into account while calculating GII. Now friends, you can see here that GII is an inequality index. Now in this case, the higher the GII value, the more disparities between females and males. Now this is exact opposite to the GDI that we had discussed. In GDI, if the ratio value is closer to 1, the disparity is less. But in this case, if the GII value is more, the disparities between females and males is more. Now, this is a very important picture. So here you can see that there are 3 dimensions that are taken into account: health, empowerment, and labor market. Now, as I told you, that dimensions means the broader area. So under each of these dimensions, we need to quantify things. So for that, we use indicators. So kindly pause the video and have a look at the various indicators that have been used to compute Gender Inequality Index. Now we have come to question number 4. It says the multidimensional poverty is measured on how many indicators? So the question is a direct one on the number of indicators that have been used. The answer to this question is 10. Now here you can see this is a very important picture. The dimensions are health, education, and standard of living. Now when you come to indicators, you can see that there are 10 indicators. What are those? Nutrition, child mortality, years of schooling, children enrolled, cooking fuel, toilet, water, electricity, floor, and assets. So kindly make sure that you're aware of the indicators and definitely never forget the number of indicators used in each of the indices that is computed. Now we have come to question number 5. It says, in India, which of the following states was the first one to start a separate happiness department? Very straightforward question. Mostly this question can be found in phase 1 rather than phase 2. The answer to this question is Madhya Pradesh. The second state to come up with such an initiative was Andhra Pradesh. Here you can have a look at the answers of the various questions that we had discussed. So friends, with this we have come to the end of this video today. We have kept it very simple. We have taken 5 questions, and through those 5 questions we have covered a complete chapter of human development. Now friends, make sure that you're aware of India's ranking in each of these indices and the scores that India has obtained. If time permits, in one of our videos we can include the data as well. So if you really found this video useful, kindly like, subscribe and share this video. The PDF of this video is available on the EduTap's Telegram channel. The link for the channel is placed on your screens. Thank you so much for your response, friends. It really gives us the motivation to work each day for you guys. Till then, thank you and happy learning.